53 kilograms in the women's freestyle division coming out. Right now, the bout that we have going on mat 2, Ed Ruth, Jonathan Reeder. Reeder just scores on exposure, and he takes a 2-1 lead. Ruth with the reversal. But we're going to get going here at 53 kilograms in the women's division. Carlene Sluberski, #1 seed. She was second at the U.S. Open, wrestling for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. Haley Augello.
Yeah, we got to see Haley earlier this tournament on mat 1 over here, and she had some great double legs, great fakes and leg attacks. So let's see if she can keep that up versus Sluberski. Lots of action over on mat 2 between Reeder and Ruth. And Brock, we were talking about earlier how we thought at 86 kilograms it was a 3-horse race. And John Reeder, he's over there trying to prove us wrong. But meanwhile, we're back to action on mat 1 between Augello and Sluberski.
And there's a nice throw by Sluberski. Augello fights off. Hands went down to the mat. Obviously in freestyle, that's no score. She was able to come back up. The step out point for Sluberski.
Good awareness from Augello there, not giving up that 2 points, but able to kind of weasel her way a little bit out of bounds towards the edge and just give up the 1. Trying to get that shuck by, but she keeps opening up her hips, and that's kind of dangerous when she's shucking by, opening up her hips, and Sluberski might take advantage of that and run through her. And there's that double leg that we saw earlier, and they'll give her
two confirmed. And that's one thing I like. They let the action continue,
yeah.
And a lot of times you'll see maybe some situations that wouldn't be scored 2 in the center if action were to continue, that they reward the attacking wrestler on the edge.
And that's how it should be. If you're in on a shot, you should be able to finish it. You know, you see this past year in college wrestling really kind of switching those rules around to keep out-of-bounds wrestling. You have a pinky in bounds, and you could still get points. So doing a good job of awarding the offensive wrestler. There's another shot from Augello, and an arm spin attempt from Sluberski, but Augello's kind of got that head trapped.
Look for her to take this back for 4.
Take it back, but she doesn't.
Needs to get that leg out. Folk style wrestling this at takedown. Freestyle, it's not with the leg laced in.
And Sluberski trying to sneak out that back door, but she's got a tight headlock there, and we'll go back up to our feet. No points there. Like you said, I would have thought Augello would have ripped that backwards and been able to get a 4-point move there.
We're down to the closing 10 seconds. Augello leads your challenge tournament #1 seed 2-1 as we head to the break.
And like we said, Whitney Condor, she's waiting. She is out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and she's just the U.S. Open champion. And she's waiting, watching these matches, kind of, you know, like we said, is it an advantage? Is it a disadvantage to be waiting and being the one sitting out?
And as you know, some people, wow, big controversy on mat 2. There was a chest wrap situation between Ruth and Reeder. At one point, it was scored 12-4. Now they're going to 7-6 for Ruth.
And you hear the boos from the crowd. It's not them chanting Ruth. I don't think they like that call. Usually you hear the Penn State crowd. And a 4-point takedown while we were talking about Ruth and Reeder for Carlene Sluberski. And she leads 5-2. Right off the bat, she comes out with a big 4-pointer.
And Interesting that they're right back to the same situation on mat 2 with the chest wrap for Reeder with Ruth in on the legs. We're going to concentrate back over here on 2. 5-2 lead for Sluberski. Over Augello. Sluberski was 3rd in the World Team Trials. She was a national team member last year. Haley Augello, 5th in the U.S. Open. She was 2nd in the 2013 Open. 2011 Cadet World Champion. She's only 20 years old, and that's, you know, coming up through. Sluberski being 24, she has some experience on her, but Cadet World Champion, we see why Augello's impresses so much in the quarterfinal, and you know, the semifinal.
And Augello looks to get a takedown, and wow, what a great roll on the edge. And they're going to award that 2 for Augello, so that makes it 5-4. But good awareness as Sluberski on her ledge. She comes over the top under that arm and is able to roll through on the edge.
We thought she could take it backwards in the earlier situation. Yeah. She rolls through on a Merkle roll this time.
And she like we talked about earlier with Gwizdowski and Medbury, here the same thing with Augello. These young guns, they're not just taking an easy trip. They're not just here to be here, to participate. They want to come through these challenge brackets and win this thing.
You know, and Augello's no stranger to World Team. She was a Cadet World Champion. 2012 and 13, she was on the Junior World Team.
Red open.
She keeps controlling those elbows. Look for her to pass that by into maybe a high crotch or some type of leg attack, but she's doing a good job of controlling Sluberski's elbows. And let's see if she could just take that next step for an elbow pass or something to work there. And she fires off a double leg, and that'll be 4 points for Augello.
And we talked about she had success within the quarters. She finally gets to a blow-through double here.
Explosive double leg, and she doesn't just get that takedown there. The 4-point move, that's huge. Because in a tie point, and if it were to end up coming down to be a tied match, they both have 4 points. Both have 4-pointers. And now in on the legs is Sluberski. Augello leads 8-5, 45 seconds left. She's trying to get her head strong here, and we'll go back up to our feet. Still doing a good job of Augello controlling those elbows, but we got 30 seconds on the clock. And the #1 seed, Carlene Sluberski of the challenge bracket, is trailing to Haley Augello, 8-5 right now. Quick look at the clock for Augello. She sees 12 seconds left. Sometimes that's a little dangerous clock watching, but nonetheless, it ticks down. 3, 2, 1, and Haley Augello will pull the upset over Carlene Sluberski, and she'll get the win 8-5, and she will move on to the challenge tournament finals at 53 kilograms here.
And on the bottom side, Michaela Hutchinson